Hello, I am the Witch of Jasmine and welcome back to my channel. So today we have a new moon. Happy new moon. So I want to do a reading for the new moon. This reading is for everyone, no matter what your astrological signs are. I know most of my videos are geared towards specific astrological signs, but today this reading is for anyone and everyone. So let's start by picking out our oracle cards. As I'm shuffling, I invite you to take some deep breaths. Doing just a little bit here. We'll do more card pulling, but oh gosh, two. Okay. Those two certainly have a lot of energy to them. Interesting. Let's do one more. Oh my gosh. Okay, wow. Alright. So here's how this is going to work. I'm going to flip over these 4 cards, and whichever card you feel most drawn to, that is going to be your reading. I'll explain a little more in a little bit, but for now, I want you to just look at these cards. I'll hold them up to the camera and take note of what your intuition is telling you, which card you feel the most drawn to. So let's take a look at card number 1. We've got, what does that say? Soulmates. Oh, it's got the penguins on it. These cards are so cute. I love this oracle deck. Soulmates. All right, that's card number 1. Next, we've got card number 2. This is Come to the Edge. Looks like that. Looks very similar to the first one. All right, moving on to card number 3. Let's take a look. Have to the sea. All right, and then lastly, we have card number 4, and that is Mending. Okay. I hope you're able to see that well enough. All right, so we have our 4 cards pulled. Take a look at these. If you feel drawn to more than one, that's totally fine. Just go with whatever your intuition's telling you. Your intuition is never wrong. That just means that you could benefit from hearing or getting more than one reading. If you feel drawn to all of them, that's totally great too. But yeah, I'll give you just one more minute to look at these cards. All right, I'm going to start getting into the reading. If you need more time to look at these, feel free to pause. But I'm going to go ahead and continue on. So here's how this is going to work. I'm going to start with card number 1. I'm going to start with your reading. For these others, please look in the description of this video and I will have timestamps to those other cards. So you can skip to that reading if you like. So from here, everyone who would like to see the Soulmates reading, let's get started with that. Let's start shuffling. Alright, let's place that over there. We'll start with these cards. So again, as I'm shuffling, take this time to ground yourself. You can get a snack, some water. This is just chill time. We're chilling out together, taking a break from the world to get a nice message from the moon for this new moon cycle. Alright, now moving on to the shadow cards. Okay. Sorry, I was just making sure I don't accidentally leave in stuff that should not be left in. Okay, actually for this reading, I am kind of getting this extra card. We're gonna go ahead and just leave that there. I usually pull 3 and 3, but I don't know, for some reason I'm feeling like this one also wants to come out. So we'll leave that there for now. Alright, and we've got our cards all pulled. Let's take a look at what they are. So first we have Queen of Wands reversed, the Hierophant, King of Pentacles, or sorry, Knight of Pentacles reversed. That is the Justice card. The Empress reversed. And finally, that is 4 of Swords. Okay. We've got a lot of powerful figures in this card, or in this reading. So, okay. So this card is, of course, it's the Soulmates card. So this, I'm assuming this is a reading about 2 individuals. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that this is a reading about like a partnership, a married couple or whatever, some kind of partnership like that. If you feel like this is about a different relationship that you have, that's totally valid. But because this is soulmates and that does usually refer to romantic relationships, I'm going to assume that this is what that's about. So right away, I'm getting the feeling that each of these are representing a person in this partnership. Which these court cards don't always represent people. They can just represent ideas, but sometimes they do represent literal people. And I'm feeling like one person is having this Queen of Wands energy and one person is having this Knight of Pentacles energy. And then, okay. So, all right, let's just start with this Queen of Wands. So the suit of Wands is very much about, like, you know, when you have like a project or some sort of opportunity or some sort of goal that you're working towards, Wands is about achieving that goal, right? So Queen of Wands normally, you know, represents somebody who is very determined, right? They have this goal that they want to achieve and they have the level-headedness and also the courage to work towards that goal, and they're, you know, excited, they have passion for that goal. So when she's reversed like this, it can represent being working towards a goal with maybe selfish reasons, selfish, I can't think of the word. They may be acting selfish when they're working towards their goal, or they could be kind of like jealous of others and trying to, you know, bring them down, or they can be very demanding towards other people, things like that. So they're working towards this goal that they have, and maybe, I don't know, because I kind of want to say that, you know, in terms of this relationship, that's like the goal she's working towards, is like building this relationship, but I'm kind of not really getting that. I feel like this might just be, I'm gonna keep going with the reading here, but I just want to say real quick that this might not necessarily be, like, maybe these are both about like career, you know, not necessarily like the relationship. Like, it could go either way, that's what I'm saying. But anyway, sorry, I'm trying to be straightforward and direct. Okay, so whatever goal it is that this person is working towards, they're doing it, and they're kind of, not necessarily that they have bad motives, but they're just going about it in a more negative way. Maybe, well, okay, we have this Justice card, which is upright. Justice, you know, as the name implies, it represents, you know, cause and effect, right? Feeling balanced, and truth, right? Finding the truth of whatever it is. Okay. This reading, it feels like I'm looking at like a big puzzle. So I'm trying to, like, I'm gonna put a pin in that, and I want to go over to Knight of Pentacles. So Knight of Pentacles, you know, the suit of Pentacles, it is, it corresponds with the earth element. Knight of Pentacles itself, it kind of, here, I'm going to show you this card up close, because it has a feeling of, like, you know, somebody who's very hardworking. You know, you see this knight figure in this like field, right? This field that looks like it's been like freshly harvested. It's pretty empty. This is somebody, Knight of Pentacles represents somebody who is very hardworking and is able to work very efficiently. So when we have Knight of Pentacles reverse, it's the opposite of that, right? It's somebody who I don't really like to use the word lazy, but like somebody who is not working to their full potential, or maybe even just somebody who, you know, is working and working and working, but they're not getting like rewards. You know, they're not seeing it working out the way that they want it to, or they're just not feeling fulfilled. Or something like that. Like it definitely has, you know, I'm definitely feeling like this has to do with career. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling that. I feel like this maybe in this um partnership, it has, these are two people who are very focused on their career, and the career is kind of taking them in two separate directions. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like this person. Oh, and I should say too, I know we have a more masculine figure here and a more feminine figure here. That might apply to you, but I wouldn't. Don't let that distract you if that doesn't feel accurate. These are just archetypes of people. This doesn't necessarily mean that this is a woman and this is a man. These could be any people of any gender. They're just masculine and feminine energies. But anyway, we also have this black cat in this picture on this card, which it keeps jumping out at me. I feel like I feel like that cat is kind of representing like the shadow self. Maybe this person is kind of oh, yeah. Okay. So we've got this Knight of Pentacles. If you notice, he's looking away, right? He's not looking towards his partner. But we have, yeah, this cat's shadow self. She's looking at him. You know, she's, you know, working with, you know, working very hard on what she's doing. He might be distracted with his work and not paying any attention to her. And she might appear like she's not really looking towards him. You know, she's looking. Let me show you this one more time. I just want to make sure you can see what I'm talking about. She's kind of looking up. She's not really looking at him. But this shadow self of her inner self, is looking at him. Yeah, I'm feeling like with this Knight of Pentacles, because right below we have the Four of Swords, and Four of Swords is about rest. It's about resetting, right? Maybe with this Knight of Pentacles person, I think maybe they're, you know, working, very focused on work. Work isn't going the way that they want it to, or just something's not right. And he, yeah, might be looking away from his partner and is very focused on trying to get this thing to work, whatever it is, his career, this project, whatever. And he's not really putting in the effort that he needs to put into this relationship because he's too distracted with work. So I think this reading is telling this person to take a rest. You know, we have this Four of Swords here. I'll show you it up close. it's very, we have this figure that's just kind of sitting in this graveyard, right? Which isn't necessarily like suggestive of, I don't know, something dark. It's just graveyards are a place that's very calm, very quiet, very peaceful, and that's what this Knight of Pentacles needs right now is peace, quiet, looking inwards. I think taking a step back a little bit will help resolve this situation, whatever it is. And yeah, I think with this, I think that'll help this career situation. I don't. That's my cat. He's a little sneezy today. Yeah. And then going back to this Queen of Wands person, that Justice card. I mean, that just kind of makes me think that this person's feeling like they're, it's unequal. Yeah, maybe they're feeling like because this person is so busy with their work that they're putting in more into this partnership than this person is. So that's where this Justice card is coming in. They feel like they're doing all the work and they're not doing anything. They're doing their own thing. They're not working on the relationship. Only this person is. Which is kind of making them feel a little cold towards this person. Maybe Knight of Pentacles kind of feels that way, like that's really what I'm getting with this card, just like looking at it. She's, I feel like she's not really looking at him. She's kind of in her own world doing her own little thing, pretending, like, oh, whatever, I don't feel like, or maybe, well, he's just kind of getting this vibe like she doesn't really care about him because she's not looking at him. He's looking away, but he also sees that she's not looking at him. So he's like, whatever, you don't even care that much anyway. When that's not the case. She's got this shadow self that's looking directly at him. That's like, hey, why isn't this I want to get this working right again, Okay, so then we have, before we really look at these, I do want to jump to this card, our kind of bonus card here, which is the Nine of Wands. Aww. You guys, that's my cat, sorry, just ignore him. You guys have something really good. Nine of Wands, it represents, living in luxury, living, in abundance, with prosperity, right? You have a good relationship. There's a lot of love here. Yeah, this is telling me that this relationship is worth saving. It's worth, putting in the effort in finding this balance. And we'll find, this will tell us more of that solution. But this is just telling you, this is a good relationship. You guys, have a very strong partnership. And you should remember that. This, yeah. That's a good sign. I like to see that. Remember that there is love. There is this, when you guys are together, it's like you just feel very fulfilled, right? When you have maybe right now you're not having a lot of good moments together, but think about when you do have those good moments together, right? You feel just so full. That's the best word I could think of. It's just you feel full of love. You know, it's important. This is I feel like you guys it's important that you guys make this work, right? So, the thing that's going to bring you guys together. Number 1, the Hierophant. Hierophant represents tradition, right? As opposed to doing things, kind of, what's the word? As opposed to doing things like off the beaten path, I think you guys would benefit from doing some more like traditional romantic things, right? Like going on a traditional date night, or maybe even just like having specific time that you dedicate to each other like that, like starting a tradition, something like that. Like maybe having a date night, that you set, the second Saturday of every month. I don't know, something like that. Or, making it a priority to have dinner every night together, something like that. I think that would really help. But I think trying to do non-traditional things or more like spontaneous things, I don't think that's exactly what would be best. I think just something a little more grounded would really help. And then lastly we have the Empress, which we have the Empress reserve. Oh my god, I can't talk all of a sudden. We have the Empress reversed. Now the Empress, why can't I say this? The Empress is, a very like loving, nurturing, motherly, but I think in this case not necessarily motherly, but just like very tender love, right? And we have this reversed, so I feel like you guys just need more of that, more coming together, more, laying on each other's shoulder when you're tired, more of just that gentleness, that very pure, sweet love. And even just in those like little moments, it doesn't have to be like huge, grand gestures, just like sweet, tender little things, just saying sweet little things to each other. I think that would really help. So, okay, I feel like this reading was really long, and a little all over the place, but hopefully I explained this so you can get the picture. Just to wrap things up, Knight of Pentacles, whoever this person is, take some time to rest. Your work may not be going quite to plan, or it might not be exactly how you want it to be. Take that time to rest. That'll definitely help in this situation. Queen of Wands, I think, your shadow self is looking towards this person, Make sure you're really going towards them. Let them know how you're feeling, right? Be honest about that. Be honest to this person about how you're feeling. Because this relationship, it's worth saving. This is a very good, fulfilling relationship, and I think you guys I think you'll benefit a lot from coming back together, finding each other again. So, all right. I think that's all I have from this. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you got something out of this. If you connected with this and you want to tell me about it, please leave a comment. If you have any questions or if you want anything clarified more, please leave a comment or reach out to me. Yeah, I will do my best to clarify this all as much as I can. So, thank you. Good luck with your relationship, and I will see you again soon. Bye. Okay, card number 2. Hello, welcome to your reading. We have this come to the edge. Alright, let's begin by shuffling out our cards. So as I'm shuffling these cards, once again, just take some deep breaths and ground yourself. Go grab a snack or some water, whatever it is you would like. There we go. Moving on to our shadow cards. Hello. I was just about to say those other cards came really easily. Boom, there we go. All right. Oh, I'm curious what this one's going to be. All right, let's get started with the sun. Oh, I love that card. It's been very cloudy here for a while, so seeing the sun, oh, that makes me happy. Okay. All right, next we have 3 of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, reversed. We have the 9 of Pentacles, reversed. The Page of Pentacles. Interesting. And we have the Ace of Cups. So this Come to the Edge card, it's really about taking a risk. It's about doing things even though you're scared, right? Being brave and kind of fighting through that fear. And I'm noticing this 3 of Swords, right? This is a very powerful image. We have this heart that's being stabbed by 3 swords. And 3 of Swords represents heartbreak. It represents maybe even being backstabbed, but it just represents that feeling of your heart just feeling like it's being ripped out of your chest, that kind of feeling. But I'm feeling like since it's here, I feel like this is representing that this is something that's already happened. Maybe it's a reason why you're scared of this happening. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to see if I can get any details of what kind of risk we're talking about here. I'm not really sure. I just think that there's some kind of risk or a new venture that you might be nervous about. But I'm not exactly sure what that is. Below this Three of Swords, we have the Page of Pentacles. So page cards, I like getting them because they just feel like childlike wonder, childlike excitement, right? And maybe one day I'll think of a better word than childlike, but like that's just it's just what I imagine, you know? Or if you imagine just like a little, like a baby kitten, right? I have a cat who is almost a year old, and just the world is her playground. She just gets so excited about any little thing. She's so curious about any little thing, right? Everything is a toy to her. That's how these page cards feel, you know, especially when they're upright like this. Just like the excitement of, you know, starting something new, everything feeling new. So we have this Page of Pentacles. Pentacles is associated with the earth element, which means it's associated with, you know, grounding yourself, or just very like earthly material type things. Okay, I'm not quite sure how that relates yet. We have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles, it represents, here, let me show you this card. So we have this knight figure. You'll notice that in the background, you know, he's in front of this field, right? This field that looks empty, as if it's been just like freshly harvested. The Knight of Pentacles is about, you know, hard work and getting rewarded for your hard work. So having it reversed is okay. Wait, I just got a feeling. Okay, yeah, this might be one of those chronological readings. Oh, okay, wait. If you've watched any of my readings before, you'll know that usually they start off by me like trying to like figure out what's going on, and then all of a sudden it kind of hits me. This is one of those moments where it just hit me. I think this is a risk you already took. And I think this is chronological. I think this is past tense. I'm wondering if that's what this is. Okay. All right, let's start at the beginning then. We have the sun. Now the sun the sun represents, you know, joy, positivity. I mean, if you just think of like sunshiny energy, that is the sun. Just happiness, excitement, passion. Yeah. But below it, we have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. I'm noticing a lot of, you know, we have a lot of pentacles in this, which, like I said, is, you know, represented or associated with the earth element. So, okay, actually, yeah, this Nine of Pentacles and this Knight of Pentacles, being reversed, they are pretty similar. This idea of, you know, putting in effort, and working and not really getting results from it. However, when we have the Nine of Pentacles reversed, that, you know, when we have that nine there, it kind of implies that you're so close to getting what it is that you want, right? Oh. So maybe Oh, it would help if I knew exactly what this was about. I'm not sure what this is about. Um, I'm gonna put this in the context of a relationship. This might be about a different subject for you, but I feel like this makes sense in um a relationship kind of situation, right? So maybe you were in a relationship, things were sunshiny and great, but there was this feeling that, something's not quite right. Something's not, I don't know. Like things are good, like on the surface, but there's just something, I'm not getting exactly what I want, right? Or somebody in that relationship just wasn't quite getting what they wanted. Um, and they were trying to make it work, but just something was not quite happening the way it was supposed, the way you wanted it to. So then we have this heartbreak, this Three of Swords. Where maybe you got your heart broken, or I mean, just the situation in general was very heartbreaking. But with that heartbreak, we still had this little Page of Pentacles, um, which kind of just feels like optimism here. It's kind of like, this relationship ended and it's very heartbreaking. It did not, this was not a happy ending, but there was still some part of you that, like, maybe deep down knew, like, you know what, I can find something better, or if this is relating to like a job, right, your career, you're really upset that this job ended because on the surface it was really good, but deep down you just know that it's not quite it, that there's just something missing, something that it could be better. So even through this heartbreak, there was this little part of you, or is this little part of you, I don't know where you are in this timeline, but there's just this little part that's like, you know what, I know that this is good, your main, and I feel like this is actually pretty common, right? Like your main feeling is just this heartbreak, like, oh god, what do I do now, how am I gonna find a new job, how am I gonna find a new partner, or oh my gosh, my ego really hurts, or that's a weird way to say that, but you know what I mean. Like I just don't feel good about this. But there is this little part of you that's like, well, there is this one job that I would like to try, or maybe this other company that I feel like I would really like. Or maybe, there is this, I probably could find somebody better than this, person who I was just with. Like there is this little part of you that's kind of like has this, optimism. So then we move on to this Knight of Pentacles, which, like I said, is actually pretty similar to this Nine of Pentacles. But yeah, we have this knight who is in this field, freshly harvested this field, working really hard, but is just not quite getting what it is that they want, right? So, And then below this, we have the Ace of Cups, which ace cards represent a new opportunity, a new venture, and a new thing. I think this is just because we have this figure, this person who is kind of looking off in the distance, right? Okay, yeah. And then we also have, I'm kind of just looking at the imagery right now. I'm trying to figure out the context for these things, and I'm feeling like, in here we have this Knight of Pentacles, not, looking off, trying to like find the next thing. Maybe they're working hard for a new job, maybe they're working hard for a new trying to find a new relationship or whatever it is, kind of moving on to this next thing. And here in the Ace of Cups, we have this pond or something, and it's like bubbling up, right? I feel like it's like bubbling to the surface. So I'm wondering if maybe this is just where you're at right now. Where you're off kind of looking for something new, something more fulfilling. And you're getting close. You're close to finding it. That's what I'm getting from this. Okay, yeah. I think this is one of those readings where, with a lot of my readings, I try to provide directions, I try to give you a path to go down or some kind of clarity of where to go. But sometimes my readings are just giving you the map, right? Oh God, that's my cat scratching at the door. Hold on. Hello, Sunny. Are you saying hi? Okay, anyway. I feel like this reading is just giving you the map of what's been going on in your life. Or maybe what's ahead. Really, you could be anywhere in this timeline. But of course, going back to our main card here, this is about taking a risk, right? So maybe you need to take some risks in here? I don't really know. I don't know. I'm not really... Like I said, I try to leave you with some sort of advice or some sort of thing to do, but I'm just not really getting that with this reading. I'm kind of just getting this is the situation. Maybe I think all you needed, all that the cards wanted to tell you is just kind of showing you what has been going on, or what, just the map. I think this is just one of those readings. Just trying to see if there's anything else that's coming to me from these. I mean, like I said, I do feel like something is bubbling to the surface right now. I feel like this Ace of Wands, it's definitely making me think that something is on the horizon. Something is coming soon. Even though you might be feeling this way and things might be seeming or appearing like, you're doing all of this searching, you've moved on from this, you're looking onwards away from this towards something else, you're trying to find something new when nothing's really coming. I think something is. I think it's coming, and maybe taking a risk will help you get to that, maybe help you get to this new and I do specifically say I feel like this is about a relationship because of this is Ace of Cups. Cups has to do with emotions, but I don't know, when I think Ace of Cups, I just think of a new relationship. That's just usually what comes to my head. So, but it might not necessarily be about a relationship. I just feel like it might be. But obviously, I don't know your life. Yeah, something new is coming. Just keep looking onwards. Don't look back. Maybe take some risks. Okay, I think that's all I've got. I think I've gotten all I could out of these cards. I wish I could offer you more advice, but again, I think it's just one of those readings. But I hope you connected with this. I hope you got something out of it. If you'd like to let me know how you connected with it, I would love to hear. Or if you would like some clarification, if you have some questions, leave a comment or reach out to me. Yeah, but thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye! Alright, hello, welcome to your reading. Okay, sorry, I had to plug in my thing because it almost died, so should be all good. Okay, anyway, let's get started. We have To the Sea. That is your card. I like this card. I'm always really curious what the readings will be when I pick this card. It's really interesting. Alright, so let's start with shuffling out your cards. And again, as I'm shuffling, just take some deep breaths and ground yourself. And I invite you to just kind of chill. Sorry, these cards are getting unsure vibes from them. Ooh. Interesting. But anyway, this is our quiet, cool, calm, collected time. Oh, there we go. Okay, kind of feeling like this card wants to. I usually pull 3 and 3. I feel like this card kind of wants to be a part of this. So I'm going to put it off to the side for now. Alright, let's move on to the shadow cards. Hello. Oh. Alright, last one. All right, let's take a look. So first we've got the Fool. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh my gosh, okay. Next, Ace of Pentacles reversed. Oh my gosh, Ace of Wands. What are you starting? Oh my god, I'm getting excited energy from this. Okay, let's keep going. We've got the Page of Swords reversed. We've got the Empress. And we've got the Death card reversed. Okay, and we'll look at that whenever I feel like we need to look at that. Oh my gosh. What are you starting? You are starting something. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Oh, I am getting excited energy from this now, but we also had that unsure energy. Okay. Oh, wow. All right. So, when I do my tarot readings, um, of course, looking at the cards and what they mean is very important. Um, but there's also a lot of intuition that goes into these readings. Um, and just, as I become a better and better reader, I get better at just kind of picking up on the vibes, on the energy of each of these readings. And right now, I feel like this is uncertain and excited energy, a mix of both. I don't know if this is necessarily like taking a risk, but I'm feeling like just before we even really get into this, I think this is sorry, now this is distracting me, but this is you have this idea to start something, right? I think you have this idea to start something, something that you're a little unsure about. You're not really sure if you want to dive into it. But you kind of want to, All right, so let's get into this. Oh, I'm really curious about this one. You can hear it in my voice. This is making me excited. There is something going on in this. Okay, so we've got the Fool. So the Fool is, so real quick, if you're not familiar with tarot decks, there is two types of cards. There's the Major Arcana and the Minor Arcana. The minor arcana are these cards, like these ace cards, or when we have like 3 of something, 4 of something, or like these court cards, the ones that kind of resemble like a normal playing deck. Those are the minor arcana. And then we have the major arcana, which are, like here we have Death, and then we have the Fool, the Empress. They're kind of like more like words like that. That's the major arcana. And the major arcana, there's a specific they're in a specific order, right? So I'm explaining this to you because the Fool is the first card in that major arcana, which means that and the major arcana, it represents a big thing. It represents a big endeavor, right? I mean, it's maybe like if you're going to a 4-year college and you're on day 1 of freshman year, it's the beginning of a big thing. Or I don't know, having kids. It's like, and you just gave birth to the child, and you still have many, many years, basically the rest of your life with that child, right? It's the beginning of a very big thing. And especially with this Fool, we have it upright. I want you to take a closer look at it. It's so joyful. It's so excited, We have this person who's just kind of frolicking along. I think that's a cat or a dog. Sorry, I had to take another look. This like dog, kind of following along, just excited. They're starting on this new thing, and having it upright, that is so lovely. Some new big exciting thing, and you're just like starting it, And then we also have this Ace of Wands here. Ace cards, of course, represent a new venture, a new thing, a new whatever. And Wands, actually, that represents, or the Ace of Wands, it does have a feeling of like creation, specifically like a new idea, a new kind of like imaginative type thing. or feeling inspired to do something. That kind of vibe to it. But then we also have this Ace of Pentacles reversed. Yeah. So when we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed, it usually represents like a missed opportunity, like something that you were maybe going to start, but then you didn't. But honestly, I feel like there's just this hesitancy in this card, like I said, or in this reading, like I said, this uncertainty, because we also have this Death card here. I do want to mention real quick, with most of my readings, cards, you know, like these two will be kind of associated, these two will be kind of associated, these two will be kind of associated. But I am kind of feeling like this is just one big homogenous thing, you know? So I just want to put that out there, so you understand how I'm looking at this. Because the Death card is very similar to this one. Kind of. I mean, so Ace of Pentacles, like I said, a missed opportunity, or maybe even like a lost opportunity. I don't know if maybe this is something that maybe feels a little too late, you know, maybe something you want to start, but you're just kind of not really sure. Like, again, maybe if it's like a college thing, maybe you feel like you're too old for college, you kind of miss that time. I don't know. You're never too old for college. Your education's important. But I'm just saying this might feel like something that you've kind of missed the boat on. Or maybe like you want to take up, I don't know, dancing, but you feel like you might be a little too old for it. I don't know. Whatever the case is, you might just those are bad examples. But you know what I'm saying. Just the general vibe of like, I don't know, I kind of feel like I lost that chance. I kind of feel like I'm a little too old, or I feel like a little blah blah blah, you know? Because we also have this Death card reversed. Now, Death card does specifically represent transformation. It represents, you know, the death of something, but like kind of turning that air quotes dead thing into something new, right? I don't know. It's I don't know. Death, I think when you use that word, it kind of just has this really negative connotation to it. So really the Death card is about transformation. It's about a new chapter. So having it reversed like this again really makes me think that there's just hesitancy. There's like you want to go into this new thing, but you're not quite sure if well, okay, I kind of think that maybe it's because it's such a big thing. Like maybe you have a big, maybe you like want to write a book or something, you know? But that's a really big project. That's a really big undertaking. You're not really sure if you can stick to that, if that's something you can really commit to. That's kind of what I'm getting from that card, is like you kind of want to, but I don't know, you're not ready to commit to it yet. Yeah, so then okay, what else we got? The Empress. The Empress refers to it just has a very like motherly vibe to it, you know? A very like loving, nurturing, caring kind of vibe to it. I'm actually wondering if maybe this is I feel like this represents somebody in your life. I feel like this could honestly could go either way. It could be you. Maybe this is a energy that you need to tap into, or maybe there's just somebody in your life who, you know, is like a mother to you, or your literal mother, or whatever. Somebody who has that very like kind, nurturing, caring energy to give you. I feel like that could be somebody who would be really good to lean on right now. So either channeling that energy if you feel like that's what, if this has something related, or if this is related to whatever it is you want to start, or leaning on somebody like that. Yeah, I think either one of those. And then here we have this Page of Swords reversed. So again, with these page cards, sorry, this reading. Okay, wait. This Page of Swords, it represents, page cards in general. They represent, honestly, like very the Fool energy. Very. Okay, I should make that clear. So we have the Fool here that I might kind of imply like somebody who's not very smart, right? That's not necessarily, I mean, this isn't calling you a fool or anything like that. It does kind of imply that you're just new to something and you have a lot to learn, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're like not smart. You know what I mean? So I'm saying that because I am going to call page cards are very childlike, right? And again, I don't mean childish as in like you aren't smart. I just mean childlike as in full of wonder and excitement. Like there's something new that you're starting that you have like a lot of inspiration about. It's something that you have a lot of ideas about, and you're kind of like, it's just on your mind. I don't know, just very excited. I say childlike because I it's like childlike wonder, where with a child, everything is so new to them. They're very curious about lots of things. They ask lots of questions. They want to know a lot about everything, That's what I mean by that. However, we do have this Page of Swords reversed. So, Page of Swords, I kind of picture, if you were to give a sword to somebody who is inexperienced with swords, right? You have to learn, right? You can't just like pick up a sword and just, I don't know how to use swords, but like use it properly. You have to learn, right? Like with anything. So I feel like when we have the Page of Swords reversed, it's like, giving somebody a sword and then they just automatically go for it, and they end up swinging it too hard or something and they end up hurting themselves or somebody else. Kind of being naive with it. So I think basically when we see Page of Swords reversed, it's just a little reminder to take things easy, take things a little slow, don't dive too head first into whatever it is you're doing, which of course I know there is already some hesitancy and some uncertainty. You're a little unsure if you want to do it. Page of Swords, it's just kind of reminding you to just be careful when you're going into this. Right? Just not that you're not being careful, because I'm getting the vibe you haven't actually started it yet. I don't think you're diving in too fast if you're feeling uncertain about it. But just it's just telling you to make sure you go at a very good pace. You even though you're very excited about this, you want to also like make sure you're doing your correct research. I don't know exactly what it is you're doing, but just go into whatever you're doing very level-headed. Make sure that you're making good choices, that you're asking a lot of questions, getting a lot of research information. I don't know, whatever it is. So lastly, let's take a look at this card, our mystery card here. Oh, we have the Eight of Swords reversed. Oh, okay, interesting. So Eight of Swords, I want to show you this up close actually. So we have this figure here. She's like tied up, you know. She's in this kind of bad situation, right? She's got all these swords behind her, 8 swords. But the thing is, if you'll notice, her hands are loose, right? It looks like if she can kind of just like wriggle her arms, she could probably get out of there. But she's got this blindfold on. She's not really assessing and looking at the situation like, how can I get out of this? Eight of Swords, it represents self-victimization. It represents being in a bad situation that maybe you didn't get yourself in that situation, but you're not getting yourself out of it. You could. There are options you could be taking, and you're not, right? So when we have Eight of Swords reversed, that is taking the blindfold off, right? Instead of just kind of sitting, you know, I don't know, tied up, like, oh my gosh, I'm tied up in this horrible situation and oh, there's nothing I can do. Wow, my life is so terrible. It's being like, okay, well, my arms are loose. Let's start there, you know, and taking those steps to get out of that, whatever situation you're in, instead of just kind of feeling falling victim to it, or, well, staying a victim. You know what I mean? So maybe this is something just in your personal life that you're trying to do, right? That you're trying to break those habits. You're trying to, you know, maybe you've kind of been in this slump, or maybe, I don't know, but yeah, you're breaking those habits, and which is good on its own. But yeah, I feel like this is I mean, if it's not obvious, I think whatever it is that you want to do, you should do it. I think this is giving you big. Can you see if I do double thumbs up? I don't know how to do that. Double thumbs up. You should absolutely do this. I think this is, yeah. I think this is, whatever this is, it's gonna be good for you. I think even just, you know, I don't know. I think it'll be good for you. I don't know what this is, honestly, but I assume you know what it is I'm talking about. I don't know. Go for it. Go for it. I mean, really, the only advice I can give you besides do it is either channeling this like motherly, loving Empress energy, or leaning on somebody in your life who is like that, going to them for advice, or I don't know, having somebody like that around you. And then also just making sure that you go in with a plan, that whatever it is you're doing, you do things very methodically. You ask for help when you need it. You get the research that you need to get. All of that. So, okay. Yeah. I feel like this was a pretty straightforward reading. I'm really excited. I'm sure you can hear in my voice. I'm very excited for you. I'm getting a lot of good energy here. I think this will be really good for you. I think this will really help, I don't know, help you in your life. But clearly you got something new. You got things to do. That's really exciting. yeah, I think I really don't know what else to say. I think that's pretty much it. Um, I hope that you connected this with this reading. I hope that this gave you some sort of clarity. Um, if you would like to share with me what that new thing is that you're doing, please let me know. I'm so curious. Or if you have any questions or would like any clarification, please let me know. I'll do my best to clarify anything that I can. Of course, I just go by what the cards tell me. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye! Okay, card number 4. We have Mending. Let's take another look at this card. You can see that clearly. Alright, let's take a look and shuffle out our cards. As I'm shuffling these cards, I invite you to just take some deep breaths, ground yourself. This is our chill time together. If you want to get a snack, get a drink of water, get some tea, get some coffee, whatever it is, feel free to do so. We will find out what message you need to hear on this full moon. Not full moon, it's a new moon. There we go. Alright, moving on to the shadow cards. Last one. All right, let's take a look. So first we've got 8 of Cups. Okay. The Moon reversed. Ace of Cups. We've got the Chariot. The 5 of Cups. And we've got, oh, again, the Moon reversed. Okay. I feel like you have been through some bad stuff. It's been a little rough for you. Oh, okay. So starting with 8 of Cups. This cup is, this card, I'm going to give you a closer look. We have this figure here who is moving on, leaving. Yeah, 8 of Cups, that's mostly, it's about, I mean, I just think of sadly leaving behind a situation, you know, a bad situation, or maybe not necessarily bad, but it's moving on from a situation that was not great to a situation that will be better. But Eight of Cups, it does have this very sad feeling to it. I wouldn't even say bittersweet. It's kind of just very bitter with the tiniest bit of sweet, just knowing that you'll move on to something better. Below it, we have the Chariot, which is actually very fast energy, moving from one thing to another pretty suddenly. So I don't know if maybe somebody moved on from you very suddenly, or you're moving on from something else very suddenly. I don't really know what, but something pretty sad happened, and it happened very quickly, and it's maybe a very big change. And then we also have here, we have this Five of Cups, which is grief. It's again, just loss. It's different from the Eight of Cups in that the Eight of Cups is like moving on, like, you know, maybe literally moving something somewhere different, or moving on to a different relationship, or just moving to a different job. It's like going to something different. But Five of Cups is it's more specifically just that emotion of grief. I should mention too, because we have this other cup here. We have quite a bit of cups here. Actually, I just realized. Cups, it is associated with the elements of water, and it represents emotions. It represents our inner world, our feelings. It can also represent just like relationships. So there's a good chance that this has to do with a relationship. I mean, even with this Mending card here, we have these two people. That makes me think that this has to do with a relationship, but it could be, you know, anything else. But yeah, some very, very heartbreaking stuff happened. And you're just feeling some grief. You're feeling like you have to move on. Although now that I think about it, this might not even necessarily be moving on to something different. It could just, I don't know, just moving on. Those are the words I'm thinking of, right? But gosh, interesting enough, we have the moon reversed. I think that's really interesting that it's coming up on this new moon here. So the moon card, it represents our inner world. God, this is such a like heavy reading. It's very much, I want to be careful what I say, because I think this is, I think your heart is hurting a lot right now. I think your inner world is hurting a lot. And so yeah, the moon represents our inner emotions, our inner feelings. And it also represents intuition. Very much just like looking inward. I'll show you both of these cards because they have different vibes to them, but they are essentially the same card. You know, we have this figure. It's such a beautiful card. Oh my gosh. Just kind of sitting underneath this night sky, just kind of looking up to the moon, right? She's like contemplating. She's figuring things out, you know? Maybe in this reading, she's figuring out where to go. And then we have this one. you know, it's definitely very, I mean, with all the shadow cards, they're all kind of gloomy feeling. But, yeah. We've got these figures just kind of going on this long path, right? Towards the moon. However, we have these moon cards that are surrounding this Ace of Cups, which I feel like in this case, this Ace of Cups is like, I'm just getting a very like refreshing feeling, right? I'm getting this image of like, maybe, maybe this sounds a little weird, but I'm getting this image of like sitting and just taking like a depression bath, right? You've just been soaking in this bath for a while, and it's like kind of dirty, and you're just sad, you're crying. I'm sorry, I know this is really dark. This is just what I'm getting, okay? You're like sitting in this depression bath, you're just crying, everything is so awful. You're, you know, feeling this like grief or something. And then finally, you know, you're kind of, but you're like looking inward, right? You're processing those feelings. And then you drain the bath. And then you get up. And this Ace of Cups is like a shower, right? It's like you were sitting in this bath for so long, and it's cold, and the water's not very clean, and you're just sad. And then now you're getting up, you're draining this bath, and taking away this like bath water of like sadness and cold, dirty water. And you're getting up and you're taking this shower where you have this warm, clean water that's like coming down over you and refreshing you and warming you back up, warming you back to life. And it's getting rid of all this dirty, sad water. And it's like a sigh of relief. That's what I'm getting. I feel like that's what this is. It's like, I mean, again, let's take a closer look at this card. It's like holding this up on this pedestal. It is starting something new again, right? Holding it in your hand, this like beautiful cup. I think it's very important for you right now to do this inner reflection. You know, the moon itself is associated with water. I'm getting so much water energy from this. You know, it's very important that all of these feelings, these are all still here, right? This was a lot. These are heavy cards. These are not, you know, bump in the road type cards, which of course in the grand scheme of life they are a bump in the road, but right now these are very heavy, very difficult cards. And you know, with the moon, it's certainly not about just kind of throwing away the negativity and embracing the light. It's feeling those feelings. It's processing them, right? We have this, like I said, this figure who's just kind of sitting underneath this moon. Oh, and I should mention, I forgot to say this, but the fact that these are reverse is making me think that you're not doing that. This is something you need to be doing. It will be helping you. Sitting in, you know, sitting with those emotions, but also, you know, doing shadow work on them, with them. I don't know. I don't really. I'm gonna pull another card real quick. I feel like we should. like what is it that you should be thinking about with these? Sorry, my brain's jumping a little bit. What is it that we need to be thinking about when we're sitting underneath the moon? Okay, you need to be doing a lot of thinking. Oh. Two of Cups. Okay, yeah, so we've got, yeah, these two moons, Two of Cups. Two represents balance, it represents unity. I think you need to be finding balance with whatever the situation was. I think there was something very unbalanced. Because again, even though this we lost something that we really cared about, or there's or just feeling that grief of something, you're moving on to something different. I feel like this is telling me that whatever it is you're moving on towards, whatever is coming up in the future, it will be so much more balanced. And I think now is this, during this reflecting time, of looking inward, again, processing those emotions, try and think of whatever it is you're walking away from, or whatever you're leaving behind, moving on from, what was imbalanced. I think there was some imbalance with whatever it was. And when you're moving on to that next thing, how can you find more balance? What does that even mean in that situation? I think that's that word, balance. That's what I'm getting from this. But also just general, like, unity, like if this is a partnership, or a relationship, how can it be more 50-50? How can you come together with this person as one instead of just being like these two opposite forces? You know, maybe you need more of that. Yeah. So, okay, I hope I didn't jump around too much, but essentially, I think, I mean, this Ace of Cups, it means that something new is coming. Something new is coming, and it'll be shiny and gold and probably better than whatever this was, you know? Of course, aces represents new beginnings, a new venture, a new opportunity. Certainly, especially with it being cups, I could really see this being all about a relationship. I'm really feeling like this is about a relationship. I mean, even here, we have this. Did I show you this? We have a couple here. Seeing lots of imagery of two people, so I am very much feeling like this is about a relationship. Yeah, so, okay. All right. I think I've said everything I needed to say. I feel like I said it all very fast. But, well, whatever you're going through, I'm sorry that this happened to you. But you're moving on to something better. I do think it's really cute that, I sometimes say that with these new moon the new moon readings are also just my general moon readings. I feel like it's what message the moon has for you. What does the moon want to tell you? And I really feel that with these, with all this water energy. Oh my god. And we have these two moon cards. I don't know. I just feel like the moon's here for you. Whatever that means to you. but I think I'm going to leave it there. So if you have any questions or if you want any more clarification, please reach out to me. Please let me know. I'd be happy to give you some more insight, but I do think I got everything I could out of these cards, and I hope I was able to explain it all in a straightforward way, or straightforward enough for you. Yeah, I know things are tough. I know these are not easy cards to look at. These are not easy cards to get, but you've got some good things to look forward to, for sure. And we can't see them right now. We don't exactly know what it is, but it's there. Something better is there. And of course, mending. This is what this is all about, right? Mending your broken heart, mending whatever this ugly, sad situation was. We are building back stronger. That's what we're doing. So, okay. Well, things will get better for you. I know it might not feel like it. It might feel like a lot of work, or just, I don't know. But I wish you best of luck, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!